Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. This is Texas Podcast Massacre.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch. With me, as always, are my prom dates, Lisa.
Hey, guys.
And Nate.
Intercourse was the first sin.
It was the first sin.
It was.
What was the second sin?
Stopping having intercourse.
We didn't get that far.
Yeah, that was really the only thing that the mom focused on, so I'm going to go with that one.
Fair. So welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie, debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victims, who are usually people we would not call horror fans. This week, we rent out some of our formal wear, we get some boutonniere, some corsages, and we get ready for prom season and review Carrie with not one, but two unsuspecting victims this week. So welcome back from her trip to Japan, Jill. Because you went through Battle Royale. Was our last movie you were here. Yeah.
I didn't go.
I was like, that was our friend
You didn't take
Shannon.
to go?
She blogged that experience from her mind. She survived the island.
It's been a hot minute.
She survived Battle Royale, and she said, I want to just put that behind me, eyes to the future.
Yes.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And for the first time, we have Leanna. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so Jill, you wanted to join this one because I think you mentioned that you're reading Christine.
Yeah, I'm about to start reading Christine. Lisa saw my book on the coffee table and said, oh, well, we're doing Carrie tomorrow on the podcast. And I have read Carrie. And so I just watched the movie last night and got to join.
Nice. So
Nice.
of this, how many Stephen King books have you read?
Just Carrie.
Okay.
Oh, that was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, are you finished with Christine or still working through it?
I haven't even started it yet.
Okay. Briefly, and we'll probably get into it more in the review, but how did Carrie the book compare to Carrie the movie? Did you like one over the other?
The book just had more. The movie was pretty true to the book. Like, not a lot of plot points were cut out, but the way it was set up was different. So it was kind of a flashback type thing, and you'd see news articles, and it kind of seemed like academic journal articles or something about Carrie's condition and what happened, and then it would flash back to the 70s. And
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like scientists like studying her and
Right.
like documenting what
Right.
happened. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's cool.
And one thing you found out is that Carrie's grandma also had the same power.
She also had the
Shinin.
shinin. Yeah. God damn it, Mitch. Stole my line. So interesting thing about Christine. So Christine's about a car, obviously, right? I'm assuming that's on the front.
I don't know anything about it. I'm just reading it because it's the next book alphabetically on my reading list.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm just checking it off.
Well,
my
spoiler alert. There's
Thanks,
a car.
Nate.
Not using the Dewey Decimal System like in this movie, apparently. But I was going to say, because I picked Christine in my fantasy horror draft a couple episodes ago that we had. So
Oh, okay.
That's right.
yeah,
That's
so,
right.
Excited.
Tearing up the field.
Yep.
Well, Leanna, so this is your first time. So let me ask you, we asked everyone on their first time, do you consider yourself a horror movie fan or not so much?
Not necessarily. I've seen some horror movies, maybe more than the average person, but still not a whole lot.
Okay.
I've seen a fair amount of movies in general.
Okay. So of the ones that you have seen of horror movies, is there a genre or a type that you kind of gravitate toward or you maybe enjoy more? Like, is it the suspenseful, the slasher? What do you...
Psychological stuff.
Yeah, definitely ones that are less scary because I'll get spooked if I try to watch them by myself, but ones that won't scare me if I watch them by myself. So like Misery, love that one.
That's a good one.
The Shining, I enjoy watching a lot.
It's also Stephen King.
So Stephen King, yeah.
So
I guess so.
You said ones that you can watch on your own?
Without like getting too spooked out.
But The Shining doesn't spook you out on your own?
It does a little bit, like certain parts of it do, but I've seen it enough times now that it
That
doesn't
you know
really...
what's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one, there's parts of it that are just terrifying.
And I love the birds. Just because
Yeah.
that's terrifying. Yeah.
Birds are just.
We should do the birds and then do Birdemic, which is a terrible movie.
Just go for Avian Month or something. I mean,
Yeah, is there Avian Month? Is that a month?
There's got to be.
it should at least get a week. If sharks get a week, I think birds of just
least a
general.
day.
Like a bird fortnight or something. We just get 2 weeks or something. Okay, got it.
Oh, jeez. Well, all right. Well, welcome both of y'all to the show. Lisa, welcome back now that you're semi back to being full time. You're off your leave.
Mm-hmm.
So,
If you hear Damien crying,
no.
it's me stepping out to.
I thought you guys had a nanny to take care of that.
Well, the last nanny, didn't work out. So we're waiting on this new one to come in. So
Gotcha.
The dog is still. We've still got dog issues. But
Okay.
we're
Well,
working.
that's
We're
Dog
working
is
that.
no Nana. I'll tell you that.
No Nana. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god. Well, so normally we have a debate question. However, this week I have a game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
It's time to play the game, Jill.
Sounds good.
You look very shocked.
No one can see this, but Jill was headbanging. Only with her eyes, though. So it was really tough.
Right.
Really tough to see on the podcast. But.
All right, so we're doing Carrie because it is prom season for a lot of folks. But this weekend is also Mother's Day, so we're gonna try to. Carrie also has some mother stuff we're gonna talk about. But I had a game that I wanted to play with y'all today. So y'all know typical. We got two mothers here on the podcast.
Whoop whoop.
I know you're excited for the first Mother's Day for both y'all. So I know you're excited for the handprint stuff or the breakfast in bed, typical Mother's Day gifts, right?
So excited. I've built up this holiday so much in my head.
You've been waiting all this time for it.
I better
You're
not be
married to Matt.
disappointed.
I wouldn't. I temper.
Matt's like, I'm
He
gonna
needs to listen to this.
I'm
and find
gonna
out.
give you Fortnite in bed. Like
God.
that's probably gonna be what happened. just kidding. Please, Matt, if you're listening, don't do this.
Yeah,
Please don't.
just ignore anything Nate says,
Yeah.
Matt. So what I've come up with is I'm going to give you we're going to go around. I'm going to give each of you two gifts. And I need you to tell me what horror movie villain gave that gift to their mom. Now, in some cases, again, I try not to go too.
Don't worry.
I try not to do too random with this. So it's popular, horror movie villains. You'll be fine, Jill. You'll be fine.
I didn't know Christine was a car, so.
Yeah, I've seen a lot fewer horror movies than you may think.
Well, this will be hilarious. Either way, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I will give you some softball ones. How about that? Let's see. Okay, so any questions about the game?
No, let's go.
Wait, so are you going round robin or are we buzzing in if we think we know?
Well,
the
how would you
answer?
like to do it? I can do. My plan was round robin, but I'm happy if y'all want to buzz in.
Just do
Either
round
way.
robin. Just do
We'll do
round
round
All
robin.
right.
We'll give everyone.
Put people on the spot.
Okay, if someone doesn't get it, you can buzz in
All right.
for the steal. All right, so okay, Jill, we'll start with you.
Okay.
All right, so this person made a personalized escape the room game for their mom.
I have no idea. Can I have a hint?
He'd like to play a game.
Yeah, I have no idea. Sorry.
Lisa, you want to buzz in?
First of all, are you calling me a horror movie villain because I've done this?
Yeah, that's
Just
actually
saying.
shocking.
Second of all, he's talking about Jigsaw because Saw.
From the Saw movies.
I haven't seen
No.
the Saw
Okay.
movies. Sorry.
You should have saw him.
Just saw that come
That was so
You
terrible.
didn't know you were supposed to watch like 10 movies in preparation for this episode?
No, you guys didn't give me the advanced reading list.
But that is interesting because Lisa has literally done that for her parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
So, I
Well,
don't know. There's a lot of
Lisa
overlap.
also likes to play a game.
A lot of overlap between
I do.
you and serial killer Jigsaw.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. Let's see. Okay, Lisa.
Give her a hard one.
Yeah, I think we can do that. We'll give you a hard one. Let's give you a new bucket and a horse brush. Two gifts.
New bucket and a horse
bucket.
brush.
Yeah,
Bridges of Madison County.
very, very, very practical gifts.
I think it's the person that I hate the most, Samara.
That is correct.
Wow.
Well done,
From The Ring.
From the ring. You gotta give a new. Maybe she wouldn't fall in the well if there was better
I'm
bucket.
telling you.
Yeah.
If they had a new bucket.
Little Samara fell in the well.
And made all of the horses die. Yikes.
Yeah.
All back
Poor
to that.
horses.
Yeah, the brush may be not as
You should
helpful.
nickname her the Glue Factory.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Leanna, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I've got a few. Okay, we'll get this. Now, this is a gift set. So, skin cream / like lotion and a new dress.
Is this guy from Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, it's close.
That's what I thought because of the lotion.
Me too.
No, but that's
Exactly what I was thinking.
Buffalo Bill is actually a decent answer. Not who I was going for though. You want to take another stab at it?
What was it again? Lotion and what?
Lotion and a new dress. The new dress is probably more important than the lotion.
I got nothing.
Got nothing. Anyone want to buzz in?
Lotion and
No, this is a. I didn't think this was as deep of a cut as it.
yeah. What is it? Tell us.
Norman Bates.
That's what I was
That's what
going to
I was
say.
I was going to say that,
But
but then I
why-
was like,
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, well, everyone's going to say it.
But why
all of a sudden when the answer comes out,
But why the skin cream?
she has no skin.
because it's her skeleton is or her corpse is in the room.
Yeah,
so
but
when they
like-
do the reveal where they twist around the chair,
Yeah, I've seen Psycho.
But that-
yeah, she's
would
super
mean she
dried up. And
wouldn't
she's a
need
dried
it.
up
Yeah,
husk
she
of a
doesn't
person.
need it.
It should-
She's only bones.
Mitch.
Well, because she's so dry.
It should have been a new rocking chair.
Yes, exactly.
fine.
That would have been way
All right,
better.
all right.
Same.
Well, to be fair, I did like y'all's Buffalo Bill response.
Jill, I was
Yeah,
trying to
it's
get
way
nervous
better.
at what he got me for Mother's Day.
You should.
Mitch, isn't that
you
great when
should.
unsuspecting victims are crushing you in the
So Leanna, we'll
responses?
give you a half point at least for that.
right,
So this is
thank you.
this is sort of what would Mitch think is the right answer.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right,
We're all screwed.
Nate,
this is going to be tough.
it is going to be tough.
Okay, sure. Wishmaster.
No, I should have done it. A jewelry box.
A jewelry box. Is that movie Wish Upon? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
That's what I was
But you're not,
thinking.
you're not far off from like a aesthetic sort of.
A jewelry box?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can I get anything else other than that?
Have we done it as an episode?
No, we have not.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, now I'm really hosed.
But the box is very important in this movie series.
What's in it?
Yeah, what's that?
An immense world of pain.
Oh, you're talking about Hellraiser?
Boom.
Yeah, okay.
Pinhead. That would be Pinhead.
Yeah.
Nice little box.
What?
See, you haven't seen Pinhead.
Okay.
That's again, we gotta do some deep
Future
cuts for
episode,
our,
it's fine.
You should. Oh, I guess you can't. I guess if it's Pinhead, you can't say pin cushion, but that would.
that was sort of like the.
That would have been a good.
I just
one,
went like,
too.
the box is nice.
How about a sewing kit? Oh, see, look at that. That'd have been even better.
Sewing kit could be good.
Yeah, that'd have been better.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I like the throw back some other gift ideas. So next year for their Mother's Day.
Yeah, we're basically beta testing this game for you.
How about jewelry? Mothers always love jewelry.
Well, but you need a box to hold all the jewelry.
That's fine.
No, Mitch.
but-
She's saying mothers always love.
I get it. I know what she's I know the hint she's dropping.
Let me just reiterate
I get
this. Just making sure you get it.
I get it.
She's not.
aware.
She's not blinking. She's double winking at you. Okay, it's totally different.
Totally aware. I totally get it. Thanks, everyone. Okay. Jill, I think this is an easy one for you.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
A new Jesus statue.
Jill.
Jill.
Don't overthink this
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Jill.
Don't overthink this.
Jill.
You've seen this movie.
Jesus statue.
I know for a fact you've seen this
Jill.
movie.
Have you seen it with me?
No.
Jill.
Jill, they're all going to laugh at you.
Oh God, I'm going home. No, I need another hint.
They're all going to laugh at you.
Oh, okay, Carrie.
Yeah. Yes, with the creepiest Jesus
Glowing
statue.
eyes. I hate those eyes.
Yeah.
They freak me out.
I mean, it looked like more David Lee Roth than Jesus, but who knows?
Or does David Lee Roth look like Jesus?
well,
See, that's the
Oh,
chicken.
that was deep.
It's a chicken and the egg situation here.
Roth or the Jesus. All right. So there you go. There you go. All right. So that was Carrie White, which, yeah, that's
The movie I just watched yesterday, and I needed a hint.
You got it. You
You're
got
going to be
it.
great on this episode.
clearly,
Jill.
clearly the Jesus left an impression on you. All right, Lisa. There's two acceptable answers for this one.
Okay.
Bone white macaroni art.
American Psycho.
There's another to that. That is one of the correct answers.
Bone white macaroni art?
When I realized when I put bone white, I was like, oh yeah, that's American Psycho.
Yeah, that's American Psycho. Macaroni art.
Think the most famous mother-son horror combo.
Yeah, but why would he give her macaroni art?
Just bones is what I was going for.
No.
This is terrible.
Not all the games are great.
Jason.
It's Jason. Yeah. Let's go kill everyone for his mom. I don't know. There's not a lot of summer themed. I could have said floaties, but that would have been more for him than for her. So
yeah.
How about a hockey puck?
Well, that's more for him than her.
He's giving it to.
What would he give his mom?
I struggle with that because I had to have Jason in here somehow.
I don't know.
A new knife?
A funeral because she died before he was ever in the movies.
I mean, he does keep the head around.
So
maybe
box
like
for her
nice
head?
like Sunday hat. I don't know.
A Sunday.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, throw out your own gifts. Yeah.
Like one of those Kentucky Derby level hats, though, like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like epic level.
Sure,
yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, you ready?
So ready.
Okay, breakfast in bed. Classic Mother's Day gift. Who's giving someone breakfast in bed?
I'm assuming some sort of poison is involved.
No.
But there's no documented evidence that he got that particular trait from. I mean, he is who he is.
What are you talking about? He had like make it into a nice English breakfast, put some fava beans on it, That's your hint, by the way.
Yeah.
What's a breakfast wine? I don't know.
I don't know.
All
Any wine's a breakfast.
This is awesome.
Any wine.
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any wine's a breakfast wine with the right attitude. Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably
Brunch.
Hannibal.
That's
Probably,
why brunch was
of all of
invented.
them, Hannibal probably makes the best like breakfast in bed.
I'm sure.
No,
Sure.
I mean it's
Yeah.
all
natural.
Yeah. All right, Nate. Ready to end this for us?
I feel like Hannibal Lecter would be really into the keto diet. Really into it.
I probably
Right? I would think so. All right, what's the last one?
All right, last
What we
one.
got here?
It just like a farmer's market jar of honey.
Candyman?
Boom, done.
Okay.
You got it. I'm gonna.
I was going to do
Boom.
this.
If that's really helpful for everyone watching us on this podcast.
Yeah. So the
fist bump.
Candyman is in the Chicago projects and controls bees.
Yeah.
And is like Bloody Mary. If you say his name, he comes.
Yeah, but he has the power of bees for some reason. Don't think too hard about it. Just accept, smile, move on. All right, well that wraps it up for this game. Mercifully,
Couldn't Candyman, instead of like torturing people, like just start like a really successful honey company? Like
right?
that just sounds like a way better idea.
Like, yeah, you call him 3 times. He's like, yeah, how many jars of honey you need?
Yeah, he called 3 times. It's like basically a teleportation delivery service.
Totally take out the middleman. No distribution.
Yeah. Amazon's warehouse is just shut down
Done.
after that. That'd be great.
Jeff Bezos is like trying to figure out how to do the
More like
the
Jeff
3
Bezos.
All right. Yeah. On that note, are y'all ready to get into the movie review?
Yes.
All right. Well, this week's movie of the week is Carrie.
It's the night of the senior prom. The Bates High School gym is alive with excitement. Everybody is there, even Carrie White. The girl no one likes.
We're all sorry about this incident, Cassie.
It's Carrie!
And everyone makes fun of her. The girl who lives in that creepy house with her crazy mother.
Help the sinning woman see the sin of her days and ways. Show her that if she had remained sinless, the curse of blood would never have come on her.
The girl with the strange power.
If I concentrate hard enough, I can move things.
But tonight, no one will laugh at Carrie.
If you don't have a date for the prom next Friday, would you like to go with me?
She's with the best-looking boy in the senior class.
He's trying to trick me again.
She'll be voted queen of the prom.
You know, I can make sure that you don't hurt Carrie White anymore.
For Carrie, it will be a dream come true. For everyone else, it will be a nightmare.
You know, for anyone who complains about how in modern trailers too much of the movie is given away, this trailer literally the entire movie of it, even all like the good scenes, like it doesn't hide the prom scene with the blood, doesn't hide anything. Jill, you could have just watched this and been prepared for this episode. So.
Yeah.
You may have missed a few details or funny lines here or there. Okay, so before every episode, to help our listeners who have not seen this movie understand what this movie's about, we have our unsuspecting victims sort of describe it. So, Leanna, as the first time, you get first dibs to explain what is Carrie about.
Yeah, so give us like in a paragraph.
Yeah, like
a quick summary.
All right.
Yeah.
So, a misunderstood young girl is ridiculed by her classmates, and it drives her to destroy a lot of things, including other people and eventually herself.
Solid. Now, Jill,
that was like a really good Mad Libs. Like destroyed things, including people. Like nailed it. Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Jill, anything you want to add on that synopsis?
That was concise.
Yeah, that was a really good synopsis. I could go into more detail, but I don't know if we want to save that for later.
You give us a couple sentences. So do some deep cuts instead of the general thing.
So Carrie is this sheltered, kind of weird girl living with her mom, who's super religious, who doesn't tell her anything about puberty. And so
you can say period. It's okay.
No, I'm about to. One day in the
coming
school,
up, Nate. Don't you worry.
One day in the school locker room, she gets her period in a very, very graphic scene, and all the other girls make fun of her. So that's kind of been her life throughout school, we can assume. And so to make up for it, the one nice girl in the school gets her boyfriend to ask Carrie to the prom. And she goes and she has a great time up till the end when she gets a bucket of pig's blood poured on top of her. And then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
It's the classic coming of age tale of a pig, bucket of pig's blood being dumped on you.
Yeah.
I will say, before we get into the meat of this, there's a part at least where I thought she kind of deserved a little bit of this because, as soon as she recognized the blood, she runs straight for the one girl in, like, the white top, like hands all she passes a literally murderer's row of people freaking out before she goes for the beelines for the one girl in the white top. That it's definitely that stain's not getting out. So I get why that girl's pissed at her. Anyway, Nate.
I don't think she deserved to be like stoned to death with tampons.
I'm not saying.
They were trying to be helpful. She needed one. They gave her a lifetime supply.
Hold on, before I get into the
go ahead and stock up is what they're saying.
They're expensive.
You think this is the Costco?
I mean, this is the 70s. What's inflation?
Go ahead. God.
Anyway, go ahead, Nate.
Anyway, plug it up. Okay, so this movie came out in 1976. It's 98 minutes long. On IMDb, it's 7.4, so it's a pretty well-regarded movie. One of the worst taglines of all time. The tagline is, "You were warned never to push Carrie to the limits. Now you must face the evil consequences." Terrible. Yep. It's about as good as the trailer we just listened to. The director was Brian De Palma, who you guys will all know from Scarface, The Untouchables, Mission Impossible, Black Dahlia. He's done a ton of really good movies. This was kind of his breakout movie.
Yeah.
And then the main actress, Sissy Spacek, this is her breakout kind of role also. She's famous for being Loretta Lynn in Coal Miner's Daughter. She's in The Help. She's in Ring 2. And she's going to be in the Stephen King-inspired TV show Castle Rock on Hulu this year. So,
when does that start? We've been talking about that for a while.
This year, sometime?
All right.
So, I don't know. I want you guys to kind of guess. How old do you think Sissy Spacek was during this movie? So she's supposed to be a senior in high school, right?
19.
Okay, she said she was 19.
Sure.
Okay, what do you think, Jill?
I may already know the answer.
Okay.
Okay, Jill, go last.
So you go last. Yeah. So Leanna, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with 20.
20? Okay.
I'll go 25.
Okay. What do you think, Jill?
I believe she was 27.
She was 25.
Oh.
So I love having the soundboard. Excellent. I did not know that up front.
Yeah.
So
she's pretty old. She looks very young. and she's already
Did
25.
you just say she was 25? She was pretty old.
No, I mean relative to the
For
to
someone
the role.
who just got her period.
Wow.
Relative to the role, she's a lot older than you would think. She looks like really young. Like she looks 19, 20, like easily.
How old was Tommy?
That's
mid-30s.
Yeah.
The wig on his head, however, at least 7.
How Lisa, how old does he look in the numerous pictures you've seen of him on your phone?
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what you're going for, man.
Yeah.
I'm going for it. You're looking up a lot of pictures of that dude because he's got crazy hair.
All I know is I bought the matching wig for Mother's Day.
You bought the matching wig? Oh,
yeah.
well, Lisa would love that. So you're golden.
Anyway, you're welcome.
One of the other main characters is Billy, who's played by John Travolta. So this is right before he got really famous. This is the year before Saturday Night Fever, and then 2 years before Grease. So this is like he was just starting to hit the peak.
Yeah. So the trailer mentioned, if you listen to that original trailer all the way through,
It was like
I did cut it. Yeah,
it was like 30 minutes long. Yeah.
They said it was his first movie. Is that right?
First major film role. I
First
think he
major
had been
film.
in some
Okay.
stuff, but yeah, this is like his first actual role.
Okay.
So Stephen King sold the rights to this movie for $2,500. This is his first novel he ever wrote, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's great!" And then obviously it became a movie that was made on a $1.8 million budget and made $33.8 million. So it was a huge hit. So not a lot of money for that, but I think Stephen King turned out okay. So he's probably fine. Tarantino says this is his number 8 movie of all time. So Tarantino loves this movie. There's tons of Psycho references in this film that we'll go over while we're talking. But there's Bates High School, and they play the music from Psycho over and over again when she does her psychic stuff, which is cool.
Yep.
And then the actress Piper Laurie, who was Carrie's mom, to this day calls the movie a black comedy because she thought she was getting directed to act so outrageously that in between takes she would just be laughing the whole time because she thought it was so ridiculous. Like her character was so insane and religious that she continues to call it a comedy. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
All right.
It looks more like a documentary. You see Jesus Land. You're like, oh yeah, that lady's right there. Oh, and Sissy Spacek was the homecoming queen when she was 18.
Aw.
Like for real. Yeah, so there you go.
Anyone at this table, homecoming, kings, queens?
No.
I was on the court. Does that count?
Well, we'll allow it.
Okay.
That kind of counts.
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll give it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not.
Was it a
actually-
prank?
Was it a? No, it wasn't a prank. It was not a prank. I don't.
When did they
think-
dump? When did they dump pig's blood, or was it corn on you?
Yeah, for me it was
Corn syrup?
just corn syrup.
Corn syrup, yeah.
So just like this movie, actually. Wow, it's actually perfect.
Yeah. How many buckets? Did you get statistics on how many buckets of?
No, I didn't.
Pig's
do the,
blood
I didn't do the
they
fluid
used?
dynamics analysis of.
Because when I was talking to Mitch, I was like, hopefully they got the rest of that movie in one day, and they didn't just every morning. Okay, here's the pig's blood.
No, the prom scenes took weeks to film. That's what I read. They were filming the prom scene for a long time.
But I wonder if they just filmed Sissy Spacek and one day got
They're
it
saying
over
like she
with.
got dumped. She got like corn syrup dumped on her like numerous times. Like it's like an old
Oh,
Nickelodeon
wow.
show. You
That's
just
crazy.
keep getting the slime on you or something.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Yeah, every morning they're just like, "Come here, bloop. Okay, let's keep filming."
It's like, oh, someone had a bad reaction. Let's run it again. And they should
Gosh, but
clear
how many
everything out.
dresses do you have? Because you're talking about the blood not coming out. They had to have multiple dresses then.
Well, it's
There's
corn
no
syrup,
way they
man.
clean that dress every night to start over.
Well, likely if it's like they do it, like the haunted house, haunted attractions, they probably did the costume first on its own, and then they just cover her up with the blood, and then she puts the costume on, so they don't keep oversaturating.
But you see the blood. Oh, well, we'll get to it. But you see the blood fall on her, so I don't know. I guess that was a one-time shot, though.
They did
Yeah.
that. They had multiple. They probably did multiple angles and got that
Yeah.
all one. But then
True.
after that, they just left.
Oh,
That's
so sticky to put back on.
Yeah, because usually that's like the
That's the horrific thing you're taking from this movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awful.
wardrobe people.
Ugh.
God.
Horror.
The real heroes.
when you have a child in there and you have to do laundry all the time because of blowouts, yeah, you'll appreciate the laundry
Yeah, no kidding.
concerns that you get from these movies. Yeah, so I feel like we have several movies in our repertoire now where high school kids are the worst is sort of a theme. This is the original one, so how bad are these high school kids to y'all? Like, these pranks suck. First off, these are like not very good, like well thought out pranks.
No, they're well thought out.
Well thought out, but they're not good. Like they're not really
necessarily cruel.
Right.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you realize
I said
that
exact same thing in my notes. Or I guess I used needlessly.
Oh,
so these kids are needlessly cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them, I mean, those girls, I don't know that they had any. I mean, I'm sorry, but that baseball cap or whatever
that she wore to prom.
Like the crap out of me. I'm like, really? You're making fun of Carrie? But you're wearing that thing to prom? I don't think so.
She probably has some, like, I told you, I think she has a medical condition where, like, top of her skull's missing, so she keeps that on. And yeah, that's like, you don't cross that line.
It's holding her head together.
Yeah. Like, that's her leukemia hat. Or something like that. Yeah. Well, you know. So, at the beginning of this movie, 1 minute into the movie, the nudity comes in. They're not really messing around in this. And then it's a locker room scene. Carrie, I'm assuming extremely repressed, is just basically groping herself extremely ridiculously. Do you guys get the same vibe?
Yeah, that was weird.
Right?
I was like, this feels like it's definitely directed by a man.
Yeah, this is excessive,
this isn't
right?
normal shower behavior.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe it's just me having a dirty mind or something. Maybe she's just being normal.
I was thinking, like, Carrie's like, well, she can't do that at home because her mom can jump. Who knows? But I think that was her me time, was like the shower at school. That was the only thing I could think of. But then she gets her first period and then doesn't know what's happening, thinks she's dying, she tells her mom later, and then starts running with bloody hands at people. And they basically try to, like, throw all of the tampons on her at her while she's slinking down in the corner of the shower. So my question to you ladies is...
Oh, God.
I need a Beastie Boys jump. Hey, ladies!
Yeah. This is a normal occurrence, right? In locker rooms in high school? Is that a fair
No,
assessment?
I never had to take a shower in high school in a locker room, ever.
Really?
I didn't
okay.
either,
So you're going the
no.
opposite way. Okay.
I know my mom did when she was like in high school in the 70s. But I can't imagine regular people in the 70s being as mean as these girls were in the shower.
No. Well, over periods, like they didn't really
over what?
Like just because of a period. Like I can't imagine, especially at that age. Like maybe if these are like middle school girls, maybe because it's a little newer.
Yeah, but the middle school girls wouldn't have like the arm strength of these.
Well, that's fair. No,
they were really getting in there. It was like some softball players.
I don't understand. I mean, it's some vicious like all the graffiti about Carrie is. I just don't get it outside this. It's just weird.
It's unnecessary.
For a while, the first time I saw this movie, I just thought, man, they're really pissed that they lost the volleyball game. Because that's the first introduction of like them all getting really pissed at Carrie. I think it's how they got the Daria intro.
That is exactly what I was going to say. Yes, that is basically Daria ripoff.
Is there more description in the book as to why they're so mean to her?
No, but I kind of feel like you guys are forgetting, like, middle school and high school kids can be really brutal for absolutely no reason at all.
Yeah. Maybe I was just the bully in high school. I don't know. I didn't have that experience.
Not surprised.
I just feel like bullying happened and kids were mean, but I feel like most of it was like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like them just talking about the other kids or like laughing and you like hear it from across the room. They would never like just be like to your face like,
this is aggressive.
Eat shit. Like,
yeah.
Well, there's even like
that many, like the whole school. Yeah.
There's even later on like a little boy who like turns around to berate her, who's clearly much smaller than her, like many years younger.
So in the book, it's a small town, so probably everyone knows each other, and everyone knows that Carrie and her mom are like the town weirdos, and so everyone kind of hates them.
But they're still giving the mom money
to make her go away.
What?
I will say I did very much laugh out loud when the kid got flipped off the bicycle.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, I wouldn't stand up.
Like that kid's spine might be broken, and they like deserved it.
Yeah, totally earned that. I don't. Yeah, these kids are bad. Now the teachers. So there's the one gym teacher who clearly has some sort of like job security that we don't know about.
She's slapping students.
She's like aggressively.
Like maybe that's what it was like in the 70s.
So many women got slapped in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it was mainly that one.
Yeah, but like
Chris got slapped so many times.
Everyone's getting slapped.
Carrie got slapped.
She got slapped by like 3 different people.
Yeah,
like in the movie. John Travolta is slapping her while driving. Like literally, what?
Yeah.
Like he's like, hey, my friend throwing me a beer while both of our cars are moving and I'm drinking it while driving. That's fine. You called me a shit. I'm going to smack you numerous times. It's like the priorities are way off in this movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, we only really meet her and the principal, right? Morty, and who can't get her name right. Which I feel like
Cassie.
It
was such a small town. You would think you would know who this person is.
Yeah, Morty's just not a very. I mean, this
He's
clearly wasn't his like dream job. Like, I don't think he left school and was like, I'm going to be a principal here, because he's just terrible at it.
Yeah.
What did y'all think about? What did y'all think about her punishment to these girls for the prank?
So the punishment, first of all, it might have been bad if they were like super out of shape, but all of these girls were so fit, and I was like, they don't look like they're having to try very hard at all. And
I said, they're just getting ready for prom season.
Yeah.
This is not punishment.
Yeah, I mean, she makes them work out outside, basically guaranteeing them 10,000 steps every day. I mean, literally helping them. That's not even a punishment.
No.
Chris is just lazy. That's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, what was that, one day? I mean, it was like 50 minutes.
They didn't even make it out of one workout.
But when you watch the actual exercise, like, she was crushing it. Like, relative to the other girls. Like,
doing, like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she was doing the best.
They were on your knees push-ups.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
I don't know. At least they're called bullshit on those.
Do real
Get
push-ups.
off your knees. Get your knees up. You know,
It actually made me feel good about myself, because they were all really tired at doing like 9 knee push-ups.
Right.
Like, oh, I can compete with these girls.
I'm gonna start throwing tampons at people. See what happens. Show them up.
Also, I didn't understand that shot when they're showing the gym teacher and then the girls are behind her. She's not even facing them. She's facing away from them, like a few feet away. 1, 2, 1, 2, and I was like, I'm confused. Why is she looking the other way?
She's so disgusted with them. She can't even look at them.
She can't even look at them.
But then she turns around and looks like, hey, keep doing that better. And then turns back around. Who knows?
They literally could have all stood still. She never would have known.
Like, in the middle of this field, just slaps that Chris girl in the face.
Yeah.
And he's straight up. No.
And then grabs her.
And she is not concerned for her job.
Yeah.
At all.
No. Even when threatened with it, she's not like, I'm sorry, just it's okay, just, you know.
And so Chris, being the smart woman she is, she's like, yeah, this is Carrie's fault. Not my boyfriend who's slapping me, or the teacher who's slapping me, or me for throwing something on something. No, it's definitely Carrie's fault for some reason. So, yeah.
Now, exacerbating all this, of course, is, her mom. Parents just don't understand, right? So,
talk about Mother's Day coming up.
Right. Oof. Right. So, where do you even start with this? Because you can start at the house and the million candles in this house.
Yeah, it's a fire hazard.
Right.
For sure.
How this house didn't burn down at any point up until then is a mystery in itself. Creepy Jesus, we've already kind of alluded to earlier. Lisa, why is creepy Jesus the scariest thing in this movie to you?
It's his eyes. I don't know. So I was trying to analyze it more this time, because I remember watching it. I don't know how old I was.
It more this time?
And I remember that being like the creepiest image. There's 2 super creepy images out of it. Jesus and then her covered in blood, because Sissy Spacek just, her eyes are so wide and it's just, she's terrifying. I don't know. I feel like they like cut the back of the doll open and then they just have light coming through his eyes. I think that's the effect they did, but yeah, it's just shocking, you know. It's not like a normal Jesus statue.
So you're saying
it's like I'm really watching you.
So you're saying Harry Potter in his like closet area did not have this doll, is what you're saying?
Sure. No, he didn't.
No, he did. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. He looked friendly to me. He reminded me of Buddy Christ.
Buddy Christ? Who's Buddy Christ?
From Dogma.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah, where he's like
no, I like Buddy Christ. This Christ was not happy.
He's not friendly, Jesus.
No.
This was like cracked out Jesus. Yeah. Korean Jesus would have been better. From 21 Jump Street. That would have been a better
Yeah,
replacement.
at Purdue, at the home football games, everyone would dress up at the home games for every week. So it's like Halloween every week. There's a guy who would dress up like Jesus with like a bunch of Bud Light pins on, and then have a staff, and he would start the wave for like the entire stadium. So like this Jesus is the opposite of that. is basically what I'm getting at.
Fair. So, Jill, what did you think about the mom, especially now that since
you are a mom now, so you know how frustrating it can get.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've done the first sin because you have twins.
God damn!
Felt appropriate.
But yeah, what's your take on this mom, this motherhood?
So
going on
is
here?
this the new tiger momming?
God.
This is the old tiger momming, if anything.
The Old Testament tiger momming.
Yeah.
She was a terrible mom. If you think about it, she didn't talk to her daughter about anything. Her daughter was clueless about so many things. Her daughter was having a hard time in school, and her mom just didn't care. She put her in, I don't know what you want to call it, the little closet. And
prayer closet
all the time. I feel like, and of course, she stabs her. So, yeah, setting the bar pretty low.
Yeah.
Stabs her in the back. Mm-hmm. Not even in the front. She can't even, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. This mom sucks. What do you think, Leanna? What's your take on this mom?
I mean, she's just so insane. Like, it's hard to even try to relate to her and be like, oh, okay, so something like weird happened to her and now she's like this. It's just like, oh, she's just insane, I guess. No. And I mean, part of it maybe because of Carrie and knowing that she has these powers, maybe. I don't know, but...
Yeah, it's not clear when she really starts to manifest the powers.
Yeah.
It seems like it's been a thing for a little bit.
So I can give a little context on that, at least from the book. She used her powers when she was like 3 years old, and she did something crazy, like she... made her neighbor's house fall down, I think. Something like that. And
foreshadowing?
Maybe. So, but that's the last time she ever used them. She got in trouble or something. Sorry, I read the book a while ago, but
so is this newfound thing, is this period related?
Yeah, so it's when she gets upset, she realizes she can do things with her mind.
But she's been upset before because she's getting picked on
this is
constantly, right?
But I guess this is a really big one. She was freaked out that she thought she was dying, and it kind of reawakens her telekinesis.
Although, but she's a senior, right? In high school? Just getting
I think so.
Yeah.
That's another weird thing.
They talk about that in the book too.
They mentioned that in the movie too.
That's what I'm wondering. Is
the principal of all people brings it up. He's like, "Isn't she know?"
And then the teacher, she's like, I get where the girls were coming from bullying her. Like, you are the worst.
She's like, it was just her period.
You're the worst on both sides of the thing. Like, you're harshly punishing everyone, slapping people, and also taking their sides. Like, you're the worst.
I just thought it was ironic that she calls Carrie a witch, the mom, but she looks like she's dressed out from like the Salem witch trials herself.
Yeah, well, she was the trial. She was doing the trial though, not one of the witches.
She had a passage for every occasion. Then she when she's at the neighbor, she's got like a passage for this with Carrie. She's got like what is it today? First sin. All right, let's get to there.
Can I just say, Eve ruined it for every woman.
Eve was weak.
She went through it like because Eve did this, then they're gonna bleed, they're gonna have pain in childbirth. I was like, you know what, Eve? What the hell? Come on.
All for an apple. I know. Terrible.
All for an apple.
Hope not even Red Delicious. It was just a regular.
Not even.
Look, was Granny Smith? What are we talking? Granny Smith? Yes, I'm in on this. Oh
yeah. I don't know. It's okay. So let's talk about, I guess the prom, right? I mean, because all of this stuff really leads up to the penultimate prom scene. So she gets asked by the guy that she likes his poetry, which I really didn't understand the poetry scene in this, where they're reading the poetry and she says, "Oh, it's beautiful," and then everyone just laughs at her. It's like,
well, no, even the teacher is making fun. Dude, these teachers are the worst. The teacher is making fun of her. Like, beautiful. He makes fun of beautiful. Like,
because it wasn't a criticism. He's like, any constructive criticism, it's Beautiful.
Maybe he was too beautiful. All right, Lisa? Jeez. But
although I don't know why he got so pissed. He's like, you suck.
Yeah.
Because
he's like, stop picking on the girl that everyone picks on 100% of the time.
Right.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't quite understand. You know, they did a good job making you think, like, are they all part of this prank, or are they being legit by having the dude ask, Carrie out for prom? I don't know how it kind of goes down in the book, but I don't know. It seemed
pretty sincere from the
seemed pretty.
She was the only person saying like "stop it" or whatever when they were picking on her before. So
yeah, and you could tell it was sincere in the book.
Yeah, so there's two good people in this high school, right? I think we all agree on that. There's like the Tommy and his girlfriend Sue.
Yeah,
only two good students in the entire high school.
Yeah,
right. I mean, from what the characters we see, everyone else is the worst.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this prom. So prom decorations, wait till the last minute to do.
Of course.
As is.
Don't even have vote counters. I mean.
Can I ask you something? For y'all's prom, didn't they vote for prom king and queen like days or weeks in advance? Like,
yeah.
I mean, do you think this movie is the reason why? Someone just saw some administrator saw it was like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's not do that anymore.
Quite possible.
Yeah.
So they're treating it like a documentary, basically.
Although I don't know why that committee guy was like, he's like, you could have helped me earlier. He's like, well, I'll collect the ballots. He's like, all right, whatever. Collect the ballots. That's fine.
Oh.
Was that guy supposed to be a nerd that he was talking to on the steps?
I was trying to figure out.
Like, he kind of looked like just really well dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that everyone had there's 3 different tuxedo styles, and that was it. And most everyone opted for the white with the red boutonniere on it.
Yeah,
that must have been what was in.
You had one guy go like the Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, that's right.
Route with the crushed velvety.
Yeah, I like how everyone waits the last day to rent tuxes and do stuff. It's just like, yeah, we'll just go pick it up today. It's fine.
It's I only got $20. $20 get you a tux. Simpler times.
That's what I was thinking too.
Great, yeah.
And the tuxedo store is just called Tuxedo Store.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the prank here. So what they've done is John Travolta has gone and killed a pig.
Wait, hold on a second. You're forgetting the crucial part of this.
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
The fact of the matter is, this prank could happen at any time because a high school guy will do anything for a blowjob. Let's just throw that out there from the get-go here. Mid blowjob, she's like, I hate Carrie. Let's play a prank on her.
He's
like, sure, whatever you say.
How is she talking during the blowjob?
She's not very good at it.
Yeah.
Or
he's acting like it feels really good. I'm like, how?
Well, she.
I was gonna say maybe there's not enough to really make it unclear, but that was more of a dig on John Travolta.
It could be rotating. Well, all right, never mind.
Moving on.
Please, turning into a Love Line episode.
Don't worry, get Dr. Drew on the line.
Exactly.
Let's work this out.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think we all thought that. Yeah, you're right, Nate.
But yeah, I mean, she's like, oh, ruin someone's life? Am I getting a blowjob out of it? Yes. Okay. Whatever you say. I don't care.
This is a lot of work. I'm gonna go murder a pig. I'm pretty sure they just had spare blood around. I think they could have gone during business hours. Just be like, hey, can y'all just fill this bucket up for me real quick when y'all do your normal processing? Thanks.
That's normally how pig farms work. Hey, y'all, you give me some blood? Thanks. What? I mean, come on. That doesn't seem that reasonable.
I'm just saying you could have slipped someone a 20 or something. They could have just handled it for you. I don't understand.
Yeah, did you need to ruthlessly murder a pig for no reason? No, that's definitely not necessary.
I think he kind of enjoyed it though. Yeah, he went right into it.
Sure.
Well, and I mentioned it before in the scene. Of course, she gives him a blowjob after she gets slapped 5 times in the car ride there, which is basically terrible, but. Of course, the guys who are helping them are the dudes who were throwing him beers out of the moving vehicle into his car. So you know those guys are down for shadiness no matter what. So those guys are the accomplices.
Yeah,
and they are terrible. They wouldn't even kill the pig.
No. Well, are you upset about that? These lazy bastards won't even go and slaughter this pig.
Yeah,
God,
they're not even good friends. Is basically what I'm saying. They're terrible.
So if I asked you to slaughter a pig, you'd go do it, Nate?
It depends.
There's no BJ's involved.
Okay, no. I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, at least we're all clear.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. So anyway, so they've gotten the pig's blood. They put it in a bucket. They have rigged this bucket up above. They knew exactly where the prom queen was going to stand.
Yeah.
I mean, then they have this rope. I mean, it is so well engineered and designed.
Yeah, it's
by
great.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Chrissy?
Yeah, Chris, yeah.
Chris. I don't believe it. The engineering needed for this to work as well as it did.
So you're saying this is like JFK. There's a wider conspiracy happening here.
Who is pulling the string off the grassy knoll?
And there's no testing it either. You just gotta put it up there and trust that it's gonna work.
I love it. I love the confidence. There is some.
Or like, has John Travolta done this before, but with like not pig's blood? He's like, oh, this is my go-to move.
Normally it's confetti. Today it's pig's blood.
No, they're way more cruel than that. Normally it's like just acid or something like that. Like now they just go pig's blood because I mean, they have the idea. They're doing it. Yeah, there's no looking back at all.
No,
that's crazy. What's the meanest thing you guys have seen in high school to contrast this? Because I could not really think of because that's terrible, right? Then they drop the blood. I mean, that's obviously terrible. But like, have you guys seen anything even close to that, like prank wise or anything like that? I mean, I couldn't really think of anything at all.
No.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's all gossip. No one does stuff to your
face. It's all cyberbullying.
I see like people getting like de-pantsed, like naked in front of a bunch of people. That's probably like that's not even that bad to be honest. But that's like one of the worst things I've seen maybe.
We sort of reverse pranked, I guess. I don't know. We managed to get I was a nerd in high school. It's fine. We managed to get one of the nerds elected homecoming king.
Okay.
1 year. Okay. Pissed all of the popular people off.
That's what it was like at my school too. It was always one of the band kids would be prom king and queen because there were so many of them.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to really different schools. What is happening? The band kids are running the school, just like
because there's like 500 band kids, so
there's 500 band kids.
How big is your high school?
I was the valedictorian of 48 people.
Exactly. How many was it? Woodlands?
1,200 in my class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
800. Yeah.
So out of 1,200 kids, 500 are in band.
Have you seen a high school marching band?
You need to drive by the high school.
I'm just saying,
several hundred.
Huge.
That's
it's a massive group of people.
When you compare it to the size of the football team and the cheerleaders and all of those people, it's definitely bigger.
Oh yeah, huge.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy.
I got nothing for you. I don't know. I went to a small high school as well. Private Catholic school, so it wasn't really.
So just the teachers doing the shady stuff.
One teacher did get fired for making an inappropriate comment to a girl, which is funny because her uniform wasn't. She just wasn't very good. But that's the same when you're in your uniform school. Is like they just follow you all the time, and he made some stupid comment trying to be cool teacher dude, and he got fired for it. That's about the most scandalous thing that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty tame. I don't know. I worked during high school, so who knows? I just didn't pay attention. Or maybe they were all bullying me and I didn't notice.
If you don't notice that, I think you're okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty oblivious to most of that crap.
No little kids were turning around their bikes chasing you.
Not that I didn't deserve it. So I'll put it that way.
What? Wow. Okay.
So, all right. So she gets, we get the famous scene of Carrie. She's covered in blood.
The slow-mo where she's so happy, right?
Oh, yeah.
And set it up. She's so happy. Tommy's super happy for her. It's awesome. I wrote down. Hold on. I wrote down at the end. I wrote down millions of illegal votes were cast, and then the juxtaposition with her crazy wide eyes that Lisa's talking about. Her wide eye.
Grudge,
wide eye in this movie is
it's fantastic.
Top-notch. Yeah. Probably one of the best wide eyes in film history. Then the bucket gets dropped. The slow-mo of the happiness and the slow-mo of the rage is just fantastic.
I'm sorry. The slow-mo of, I don't remember her name. Was it Sue?
Yeah.
Just like, oh no.
Well, she's getting pulled away.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
She's trying so hard.
Yeah.
She could have stopped everything. She doesn't make
that
it.
teacher is just, I'm telling you, every time doing the wrong thing.
I know.
Every option.
Why is it
the
that
wrong option?
Why is it that she, up until this point, she's always questioning everyone, like, why are you trying to do it, Carrie? Why are you doing this, Carrie? Why are you doing this, Carrie? But then she gets, like, somehow voted prom queen, and she's like, oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Go you. Like, she doesn't ever be like, oh, fuck, no, thumbs up. Thumbs up. She doesn't go in, like,
no, but then she
red
gets
alert.
suspicious of, like, the nicest girl in the entire school.
Also, if someone is walking towards you, staring up like, oh my gosh, wouldn't you also just automatically go, what's up there? She never looked up.
No.
Dude, she was in the moment. She's probably, like, freaking out.
And that one girl,
I mean, come on.
that's slow as hell. She literally looks up. There's a bucket. There's Carrie.
Yeah.
There's the bucket.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
There's the rope. And there it goes. Like, you know,
It's not a Rube Goldberg machine. There's two things.
This is all avoided by, hey, move. There's a bucket over your head.
Yeah.
Done. This is all avoided.
Yeah.
Also, I feel bad for, I'm blanking on names, the date.
Tommy.
Tommy just, like, gets like a concussion from an empty bucket.
Yeah, that was rough. Yeah.
That's rough.
That kills him, right? Mm-hmm.
Does it actually kill him? Okay, I thought he was just like knocked out.
I thought they just didn't get him out of the gym. Like, I thought he just died in the fire because he was unconscious.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, two great options.
Because they're actually trying to carry him out, so I assumed he wasn't dead yet. I assumed they were trying to save him, but
yeah,
then they all got murdered. So
yeah. So Carrie just goes straight up murder on everyone. Breaks the teacher in half.
Yeah, what's the memorable? What's the favorite? What's your guys' favorite deaths that you guys saw? Like what was your favorite
death? Mine.
Leanna's the first time joining.
Leanna.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ! What do you mean? Psychos.
Who deserved it the most?
The fire or the fire hose or the car or
was there a death that you're like,
holy shit,
that's pretty cool. Like, I mean, that's an intricate death. Like, what stood out? Maybe not favorite.
I don't know that I thought it was intricate, but I really thought it was cool when Chris and John Travolta flipped in their car multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
They had it coming to them.
It exploded.
So,
I did too. However, when they cut to their reaction of them flipping, I was like, it's just not working. Because they're like, they're just in a normal car sitting there and they're supposed to go, ah! And I was like, you guys, that's not, nice try.
But that was a cool scene.
Yeah.
What about you, Lisa?
Okay, so this is my question. Did the gym teacher actually laugh at Carrie, or was it in her head?
It's in her head.
That's what I was going to say, too. Like, I don't think anyone was actually laughing
Only
at
the
her.
one girl with the baseball cap.
Right. I think most of it, she was in her head.
And the baseball cap girl, you remember from being in Halloween, right? She's one of the teens in Halloween.
Oh, yeah. She's the, she's the Lori's friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
She's terrible everywhere.
Yeah. So I felt bad for the gym teacher. Because, I mean, she's got her moments, but she was trying to help Carrie, and then Carrie's just like, nope, you're dead.
She was failing.
I was like, damn, that's harsh.
All right, Leah, which one do you got? Death-wise.
I mean, we've covered them, I think. The car was the only one where I was like, yeah, they actually probably kind of deserve it.
That one? Okay.
And then the gym teacher, when that first happened, I was like, oh, okay, so she's sparing no one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she kills everyone.
Well, no, you're missing me. For me, it was the anonymous.
I'm not missing you.
All of the anonymous, older guys who kept getting electrocuted. For me, it was my favorite.
That was the principal and the poetry teacher.
Whatever. They were basically just around just getting electrocuted, multiple people in multiple places getting electrocuted. Hilarious. I loved it. That was great.
I did enjoy, so I don't know if he died from it, but I did enjoy the one guy that was trying to climb out the bleachers and then the hose blasted him back and he landed. That was pretty cool. I like to think that she also got that kid back somehow. Fuck you, kid, from the bike.
Why is a 12-year-old kid at the prom?
He just happens to be passing through.
Just passing by. When she's doing the Hulk walk back to her house and he passes by him again, just flips him around too. I did enjoy that the fire truck passes by a woman covered in blood and just fuck that. We're just gonna
fire time.
We're not gonna deal with that shit. That's local PD's job.
Does this town have a police department? I was surprised the fire truck was even there.
Yeah.
It seemed like a pretty small town.
No.
Actually, yeah, I think in the book they have to get a fire truck to come from a town far away.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it takes forever, and the high school's like burning down before the fire truck gets there.
That makes total sense.
Makes sense. So real quick for the end. Well, not real quick, but for the ending, she goes home. Only place she has left to go to. I guess she's just like, we'll just worry about the fallout tomorrow. I'm just gonna go home and take a bath, and we'll see where it all falls. Like she's not
even
she
crying.
Like, I need to leave the fucking country. Like she's just like, I'm just gonna take a bath and then we'll just figure it out. I don't know. What were your thoughts around the ending? And Leanna, we can start with kind of what'd you think about this whole scene with her mother, with the cleaning off all the blood, all that.
This was kind of the first time in the movie where I was actually like kind of scared watching it, or like the suspense of her coming up the stairs. Because up until that point, and I was watching this at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night by myself in my apartment with like most of the lights off. And I'm just watching her like walk around slowly with all these candles, and then she's slowly going up the stairs. And I'm like, it's gonna happen. Like she's gonna jump out and just like murder her right here. And so that was kind of like, I was surprised that she actually managed to take the full bath and got done with it before her mom actually did anything. But
that's almost creepier though.
I was gonna say
she's just waited.
That's just a dick move. Like it was a pain in the ass to get all that blood out, and then you're gonna like try to stab her. Like just do it then. Just,
you gotta atone. You gotta do whatever.
Staining more clothes,
right?
The laundry aspect, just
again, yeah. Lisa, what did you think about this scene with her and her mother?
It's good. I like.
Like, I want my kid to come hug me one day like that.
Yeah, but I like to think I'm a little better mother. I did like how when she finally does go crazy on her mom, she crucifies her, essentially. I thought that was a good touch. They do cut to Scary Jesus again, which
you notice all of the knives are in the same places as the Jesus figure in her mom.
Well, then that's really well done.
Yeah,
good for them.
All the exact same spots.
Although one of my favorite comments from watching this with Mitch, when the one knife at the end goes spinning, he's like,
they're all straight. They're all going into her straight, right? But then like the last one starts like flipping around, like, oh, now she's just showing off.
Yeah, it's flair. She's added some flair to it.
The one thing that I didn't get is the house just collapsing in on itself. I don't know if that's just her powers like got so overwhelming and just ruined the integrity of the house, or something happened. But
or maybe like one of the matches or one of the candles tipped over. That's like
the fire part makes sense to me, but
just
the whole roof just like caving in for nothing. I was like, I'm
saying that one candle falling over caused the house is so structurally deficient.
No, really, it that one little there it goes.
So I thought it was more like it's an anime thing. Like she just got way overpowered.
She's charging
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, she went Super Saiyan, and the whole house collapsed right on top of her.
I see.
Yeah.
But if it was like one of those anime episodes, though, the movie would have been like 7 hours long, and then at the end of 7 hours, then the charge happens.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Terrible.
So I mean, the last scene we kind of get is Sue, right? Is that the girl's name?
Well, no, hold on. I gotta say the one quote from when the mom is attempting to stab Carrie and then dies. I should have killed myself when he put it in me. So for all your mothers out there, never say that quote to your kids.
Keep it in mind.
There's a number of quotes the mom says that you probably shouldn't just say.
That's one of the top ones.
I feel like that one wasn't the worst one. The worst one is when she says, "I should have given you to Jesus when you got here."
Yeah.
No, to me was worse.
She meant Jesus. It was a adoption program.
Jesus, okay,
Yeah, he's with the volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
So Sue is sleeping too much to recover, but she has the nightmare that she goes to the house. It's got graffiti on it. It says Carrie's burning in hell, and then of course Carrie's arm, a la Jason Voorhees, comes and grabs her.
You mean a la Carrie, because this came first.
Fair. Yeah, they just had the lake. That's true. Which I said, that's my note was just be happy you didn't get dragged into a lake. That's basically
that's the one.
That'd be worse for me. I don't know.
Although according to the mom, the lake would be great because it would quench all the hellfire that she was going to. So that'd be fantastic.
Fair. So is that from the book, Jill? Is that sort of how?
Yeah. What's the ending? Is it similar?
There's no hand popping up in the book.
So that's just a Brian De Palma special.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. So my mom saw this movie when she was like 17. And she said the hand popping up terrified everyone. And there are all these girls in the bathroom after the movie just crying because they were so scared of that.
Because they're like, I'm so mean to somebody. I don't want that to happen. So was your mom nicer to people after that in high school?
My mom's super nice.
Your mom's really nice, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe she was terrible, but then that movie was the change, and then she was super nice.
So it kind of just made me think, the movie, it's 70s cinematography. It's super cheesy. It didn't look realistic at all. Maybe it's kind of like when people watched that movie of the train coming at them for the first time and they were so scared. Maybe that was the equivalent for the 70s.
Jill just, fuck you, 70s. Holy shit. That's awesome.
I remember my dad telling me earlier he was trying to say, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he was saying that Carrie was like one of the first films that had like telekinesis as a thing that people did. And I was like, really? Like, you would think that would go back further than the 70s. But he said that was the first movie he had ever seen where you could actually, like, move things with your mind.
And even if it wasn't the first, it's probably one of the more realistic ones, for sure.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, you can't see the strings or whatever anymore. Like, they did a fairly good job. I might take a little bit of the opposite direction. I thought some of the cinematography was really good. Like, the scene in the mirror where she shattered that was cool. And then I read that when they did the spinning scene where they were like dancing, whatever, they were spinning one direction and the camera was spinning the other direction.
Oh my god, I got so dizzy.
Like, man, is that how they danced back then?
No, it was for effect because her head was spinning because she was so happy.
Yeah, I made a note of that because I was like, this is a really good representation of like how she's viewing this moment and how she's going to remember it.
She gets it. Come on, guys, slack it here.
No, I just when you mentioned that this that Quentin Tarantino list is number 8. Every time they did, I'm not surprised because every time De Palma used a lot of that perspective shot, right, where it's very close up, but very it has that very far away effect, and you see a lot of Tarantino using similar cuts, effects, edits like that. So not surprised. Totally saw the correlation there. I thought the script was good. Is there anything else you want to talk about the movie before we move to our final segments here?
Let's get it.
Well, guys, I guess I just want to ask y'all, what would y'all have done differently?
Son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones! You only moved the headstones!
Why?
Yeah, why? I'm going to go first this one. I'm taking the lead on this.
All right.
What would I do differently? So Mother's Day is coming up, like you mentioned. So Mother's Day will be in 2 days after this drops. If I was Carrie giving my mom a Mother's Day present, I would give her a vibrator. Maybe no. Hear me out. I feel like the mom would be way happier.
I'm sorry, Nate's mom. I can only imagine.
No. Did she listen to the show, Nate?
No.
I don't listen.
I'm saying for this mom in this time frame.
Just don't open any packages from Nate this Mother's Day. Nate's mom.
I think if she did that, she would have gotten stabbed a lot sooner.
Fine.
Yeah.
It would have worked out better than how it worked out. Either way, I'd roll the dice.
Would have saved a lot of lives.
Exactly. And then one of the things that I commented on is, if I'm the people in this town, stop giving this lady money, right? Carrie's mom comes into your house, says your teen is going to hell, basically, saying that you're not reading the Bible enough or praying enough, and then you give her money.
She's just going to keep preaching to you.
Exactly.
If you don't give her money, they're trying to get her to go away. Here, take my money and leave. That's how they get her out of their house.
Or You don't let her in the house in the first place.
That's the better decision.
That's a way better decision. What is she gonna? I mean, she might be psycho enough to stab you. I guess maybe that's the fear that's making people open their doors. But yeah, don't enable this lady at all. Would be what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leanna, how about you? What would you do differently if you were any character in this movie?
Any character. Well, I mean, a lot of characters made mistakes here.
No.
As Carrie, maybe just like take some anger management classes or something. Like so much lost potential. Like this could have been like Matilda, and she could have had such a rewarding life.
Yeah, you know that is.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
And look how
Carrie
she
Matilda
had
with less
Trunchbull
murder.
and she handled it fine.
Yeah, and she was
got
much
adopted
younger.
by Honey and it all worked out. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Maybe it just proves
Matilda.
like periods ruin everything.
Yeah, right.
Oh, see, that's
So
the thing.
true.
Matilda
That's the thing.
didn't have to deal with that. That's the key.
That rage
Periods
just comes
ruin
right in.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, periods. That's the name of this episode,
Yeah,
by the way. You have
That's done.
established that is in stone now.
Done. Lisa, what do you do differently?
I like to think that I would call CPS on Miss White. I mean, if you know this is going on,
Does this town have a
you
CPS?
know she's a psycho. Who knows what's happened to Carrie when she was a little girl? I mean, I think at some point you tell somebody,
I don't know. I think it's pretty.
come check this out.
I don't know. I mean, Ben Carson exists. So, I mean, take that however you want.
And Jill, what would you have done differently?
Religious crazy people, their kids.
Nate's 0 for 2 on this segment.
Yeah. No topical Ben Carson references.
It's broken. I've used it so many times.
Do we have any Ben Carson related drops on them? Because I would really love to hear that.
You know, I only have so much space on my drop board for drops. We'll add Ben Carson when we add the new drop board. Jill, what would you have done differently?
As Carrie, obviously your mom isn't telling you the stuff you need to know to get by in life. You're a smart girl. You know how to use the card catalog and the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, she's crushing Dewey.
Why don't you read a book and find out, or just be exposed to the fact that periods happen at some point in life and expect it, and then you could avoid all of this.
Well, y'all saw her reading out of this book. She does not read at a 12th grade level. Telekinesis.
Like, if it's not in the King James Bible, she's like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I have no idea what's happening.
Guys, I'm gonna give you what really, like, Carrie. I appreciate some of y'all pick Carrie. Carrie's a lost cause. Let's just move on. Let's do what's really going to make an impact in this movie and save these kids' lives. If you are the ballot collection committee, maybe just have some better quality control. Just like, hey, maybe I won't trust the other students to go pick up the answer. I'll just go do it myself.
Yeah, for a PE teacher who's basically suspicious of everybody, yeah, that seemed like an
right. Maybe I let the administrators handle that, so we make sure. I mean, worst case, really, in most high schools, worst case is you have like a write-in answer. You know,
and these teachers have seen these kids. I mean, they know they're terrible. It's not like it's a surprise.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. We know they're awful. Just we'll handle it. You do that. I think you're a little better off. You're like, great, Carrie definitely didn't win because there's not a million other like fake votes that came in.
No, all that huge band contingent that Jill was talking about rose up in unison to support Carrie.
I mean, Florida used the same apparently, voting. This timely joke there.
Butterfly ballots, voting for prom. Yeah, timely.
All right. So real quick, if anyone has any good ones, we don't have to do a full roundtable. But if you were pitching a sequel, what would that sequel be called?
Yeah.
Because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel.
Any ideas for a sequel, Joe?
If you were going to make a sequel,
or what would you want to see in a sequel, even?
Come back to me. I'm still thinking.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I tried to think about this, and it's so difficult because almost everyone died. So, like, then it's like, do you do it off of the one character who stayed alive? Like, do you make it about Sue? Or do you have
what about Sue?
Carrie, like, become reincarnated?
Oh, yeah.
That was all I had. Like,
Carrie reincarnated.
Carrie reincarnated. Yeah,
that's a possibility.
Reincarnated. That's good.
I mean, I frankly, I think we already have the sequel. It's called Matilda. I mean, truthfully, as I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the same movie.
Yeah, if you think about it, just say you believe in reincarnation, and say you believe that how you act in this life impacts what your station is in the next life. Because Carrie murdered so many people, does she get to become Matilda? I don't know. Seems like a lot of murder. No. I don't think she gets to Matilda level.
Yeah, I want to think that the boy on the bike is like scarred from all his experience with his running with Carrie, and he develops his own like telekinesis power just for, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's in
a wheelchair or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I thought of mine.
All right. Let's
go.
Yeah, here we go.
What typically happens on prom night after the dance?
We had a casino night where we played games.
You have sex. You have sex, Mitch.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah.
So, Carrie had to get
I'm the Dr. Drew of this group, all right?
Again, I went to a Catholic high school.
So
no one's having sex at Catholic high school.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So Carrie had an early curfew, so she had to knock that part of the night out early.
Yeah.
So maybe she and Tommy were getting it on before the dance, and then we see Carrie's child at some point.
I'm about to say, but is your sequel a porno? What's happening?
No.
Like, it's Carrie, but they're doing it.
No. I got you. The title for your movie is I Carried You for 9 months. Yes. The Matilda story. That's good. So that there's sex scene you don't see, and if they would have filmed it like a couple years after Carrie, they could have shown it with the flashback, and then that's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Okay.
Dang.
Let's see. Do you have?
Yeah, mine is. Mine is. Imagine that Carrie, her hand comes out. She's alive.
Okay.
She moves to another town. She changes her name, and then she ends up running for a Miss America pageant. And then the same thing happens to her again. So it's Carrie 2, Miss America, Red, White, and Blood.
I'd probably say
right. That would be hilarious. It happens again to her on a really even larger stage. So the sequel's got to be a bigger scope.
So would Sue be, and they're like, oh no, not again.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's gonna Mickey Loomis the whole situation.
Exactly.
I like
yes.
it. I'm down. I would pay to see that movie. Well done. All right. So with that all said, we're gonna move to our last segment.
Final cut.
The final cut. The scoring is out of 10. It is on your own made-up scale. I will jump in ahead. This movie's a classic. It's great. It's super predictable. There's like the first time you've ever seen it, you're not going to be shocked. But it's still very well done. There's really no bad part. Everything is very well acted, very well edited. I give this 8 out of 10 dirty pillows.
Ooh, everybody's got them, Ma.
Yeah,
everybody's got them.
They're called breasts.
Yeah. Have you seen anyone ever heard of breasts called a dirty pillow?
No.
That doesn't even make sense. That smells the worst.
Yeah, a dirty pillow.
Everyone
can see your dirty pillows, Nate.
We saw her shower. We know they're not dirty.
She just took a bath. Exactly. Got it. They're just pillows, Mom. Maybe that's the best. I don't know.
Let's see, Lisa. Where do you give this?
I really do like this movie. It's really good. It's in it, despite some of the special effects being old. It still stands up. So I'd probably also give it 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Creepy Jesus statues.
Creepy Jesus statues. Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Leanna. Where do we go with this one?
I really enjoy watching this. Like, there are very few scenes in it where I was like, oh, this part's boring. Or, like, I never found my mind wandering while I was watching it. Mm-hmm. So I will also give it 8 out of 10 poorly chopped carrots.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I would have also accepted aggressively chopped carrots.
That's the one good thing the mom did. A lot of fresh produce. Like, that might have been her crowning mom achievement, was like a good diet.
Carrie definitely ate her vegetables.
Yeah. That's maybe... I'm trying to say...
Definitely wasn't eating meat.
I'm trying to say one positive for around Mother's Day. That was the one thing the mom did that might have been positive. My Lord.
Jill, what is your final cut rating for this?
I'm going to go with everyone else. 8 out of 10 hairy bushes in the locker room.
Jill, I don't know if you know this. There was way more than 8 of them. Way more.
Yeah,
More than I ever needed to see.
Yeah, I think it swung that way. Nate, send us home. Where?
This is the first time this has ever happened. I'm also going to give it an 8 out of 10. I don't think this has ever happened before where we're like all pretty consistently liking this movie. So I'll give it 8 out of 10 Promposals.
Oh.
Because that part was nice when he was talking to her and saying, I'm not going to leave till you say yes. That was actually super cute. So, yeah. I ended on a positive note.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's review. I guess if you would like to chime in on your high school experiences, or if you would like to tell me how shitty of a game this one was that we played earlier, what is your Mother Day gift ideas that you think these horror villains would do? Where can they give us their feedback, Nate?
Yeah, so you can find us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. You can tweet us at TXPodMassacre. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and all your other podcast platforms.
All right. Well, thank you both, Anna and Jill, for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Definitely have y'all back. Lisa, thank you for coming back. Woo!
Hi, Lisa.
We need.
God, I didn't say that earlier.
I know. We need you to help balance this out. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.